All right, let's talk about something that affects pretty much every single one of us, the cities we live in. But we're not just going to talk about the cities themselves. We're going to dive into the people who actually design them and a really radical new idea for how we should be training them for the future.
So, right off the bat, here's the big question. How do we actually build the cities of the future? And I'm not just talking about fancier buildings or faster subways. We're talking about creating living, breathing systems that really work for everyone. The stakes? They couldn't be higher.
And here's where we hit the main problem. You see, our cities are these incredibly complex, always changing ecosystems. But the source material for this explainer argues that we're still teaching urban planners to treat them like static blueprints. You know, something you draw up once and then just walk away. It's a huge disconnect.
Now, to bridge that gap, a whole new field is popping up, urban informatics. You can think of it as the ultimate mashup. It takes the science of how cities actually work, throws in the power of computer science and big data, and uses all of that to see cities for what they really are: complex, adaptive systems.
So, if this is the answer, why isn't it happening everywhere? Well, the research points to 4 fundamental cracks in the very foundation of how we teach our city planners. So here are the 4 big shifts we need. First, we have to go from specialist to convergent. Right now, planners and computer scientists are in their own worlds. They need to start speaking the same language. Second, we got to move from subjective gut feelings to actual science, making decisions based on hard data. Third, we need to get away from static plans and start building dynamic systems. Think living, breathing digital twins of our cities that adapt in real time. And finally, none of this works without totally new classrooms built to handle these messy, real-world challenges.
And this quote just nails the real bottleneck. It's not just about a new syllabus. The point is, you can't have these next-generation programs if they're being taught by last-generation teachers. The change, it has to start with the educators themselves.
Okay, so if the teachers are the key, how in the world do you transform them? Well, the source material proposes a brand new playbook, a framework designed to build the kind of faculty who can train this next generation of city designers.
This roadmap is called the Convergent Faculty Competency Framework. It's a bit of a mouthful, I know. But basically, it covers 6 key areas where educators need to get really good. Understanding the basic physics of how cities tick, using sensors to take a city's pulse, managing a flood of data ethically, using computers to model what a city might do next, building those live digital tools, and, of course, using urban AI. It's the whole shebang.
So, what does this new playbook actually look like in the classroom? It's all built around this really revolutionary idea. A teaching method that creates planners who can be 2 things at once: the scientist and the facilitator.
So on one hand, you have the planner as a scientist. This mode is all about the cold, hard facts, the data, the evidence, the universal laws that shape how all cities work. It's objective. Then on the other hand, you've got the planner as a facilitator. This mode is all about the people. It's about community, collaboration, and actually designing solutions with the residents who call that place home. It's all about collective intelligence.
And here it is. This is the single most important takeaway from this whole model. The goal isn't to be one or the other. No, the real genius, the true mastery, is being able to combine both. A modern planner has to be a rigorous scientist and an empathetic facilitator, sometimes in the exact same meeting.
So, what does all this academic theory really mean for you and me? Honestly, it means everything. This is about building the cities of tomorrow, together, but in a way that's smarter and, frankly, a lot more human.
And this isn't some far-off problem. Get this. By 2050, more than 2/3, 68% of the entire world's population is going to live in a city. Getting urban planning right isn't just a nice idea. It's an absolute necessity for a future that actually works.
So why does this matter to all of us? Because this new way of training planners leads to things we can actually see and feel. It means cities that are more responsive to what we actually need. It means infrastructure that's way more resilient when a crisis hits. And crucially, by making collaboration part of the DNA of planning, we get cities that are more equitable and more just for everyone.
In the end, it all comes down to this one powerful idea from the source material. When you invest in the people who teach our planners, when you give them this new playbook, what you're really doing is investing directly in the quality and fairness of the cities that we're all going to be living in tomorrow.
So I'll leave you with a final question to chew on. Just look around your own neighborhood, your own city. Do you think it's being designed by a scientist, a facilitator, or by someone who has truly figured out how to be both? The answer to that could very well shape the future of where you live. Thanks for tuning in.